works internally. So let's start with so HashSet uses basically HashMap in the background. So internally HashMap is implemented there. Although it is said that HashMap takes key value pairs while HashSet only stores keys, but um, internally there's a present variable that is there as value for all the keys that we enter. So yeah, that is one thing. So HashSet only stores a single value. So whenever we create an object of HashSet, so an constructor is called. So there are four types of constructor we'll discuss here. So first constructor is this when we create this set string hs is equal to new HashSet. Um, this creates an object. So these constructors are called. So this constructor is declared class HashSet, and this hash map is implemented like initialized here HashMap map, and then this is semicolon, and then there are four this constructors. I'll show you later what other construct like on the code itself. So public HashSet, this is the first constructor. It doesn't have any parameter, and here we put map is equal to new hash map. Okay, now the second one, public HashSet int, here we have the capacity, like what this is the variable over there. So similarly here we add the similar as this one, but here we add, what do we add, the capacity value, whatever we want the constructor to have, the object to have. So that the third one has capacity as well as load factor. So load factor is, as we have discussed initially, like after how much it would you know capacity, basically related to packet capacity only we have studied before. So map is equal to new hash map. Okay, again, and here two variables will be stored. Now comes the collection. In the collection also we do the similar thing, we add the collection there. Okay, whatever we want to add. So that is done. Now once we, for example, we want to look at the internal working of the add function. So hs, here we created a hash map, hs is equal to HashSet. This in HashSet add function we give it values like Tom, Peter, Naveen, Lisa. Okay, and so what happens is this takes a collection. So whatever the value you are adding here, so return map dot put inside map is working, you can see here e, this is the value that you're putting here. Okay, and so the generic would be a string. If it is generic is string, so basically this would be a string which is Tom would be stored here, and present is the default variable, like it's predefined. Show you that. So return map dot put this equal to null. So if this is true or false, it will return accordingly. Okay, so that is done. Now again I'll show you present first. So this present is available over here, like where we have declared the constructor initially. There we have another variable called private static final object present. So then we initialize it as new object. So this is how we this is predefined. So this is a fixed value for every key. Okay, so if we have like four values, Tom, Peter, Naveen, and Lisa, so the value of them would be same, which is present. Okay, and so Tom will behave like a key for HashMap, and present is constant for all the values. Okay, it's a constant. Now coming to the remove object, like remove function. So here it takes object O. If this return this equal to this, it will return true or false. Okay, this will return accordingly. Okay, this is done. Let's go to the next thing. For example, here we take an example of another hash map. So here they have declared a string generic hash map HashSet. We'll see how it internally it works as a hash map and how present variable is a fixed one. So here we can see that the object has this address. Okay, then this is the key. This is a hash map in initial internally. Although this is hash set, but internally it is working as key value. See, key is this beta, and value is what? Value is stored here 536 AAA 8D. Okay, I'll show you one more thing. Now that was what? Okay, so similarly here also we can see that the object. So basically this value remains. The id is equal to 55. If I click here now, it would give me that address only for other keys as well. Okay, now I think there was a collision here, so can't check. So yeah, and then yeah, there's no get method over here. So if you try to print hs.get, nothing would come. See, we can see there's no suggestion. So if you want to find all the values of HashSet, you have to iterate over using an iterator or a for each loop. Okay, so in the background, HashMap object is created internally when you create a HashSet object. Okay, and so there's no hs method, and HashMap is a very important collection. So like we can see that here HashMap is also uh, like uh, HashSet is also using HashMap in the background. So there are many collections that use HashMap in the background, so it is very important collection. Coming to the four constructors, we can see here that the new this string was created, this HashSet object was created, and we can see that there are four constructors here. One is taking collection, which we discussed. One is taking capacity, and load factor. So this is all that is, and yeah, and here we can see the four ones which we discussed. Okay, so we'll see you next. Till then, keep learning.